Hello Aries and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for mid-December 2022 looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards and clarified those as well so we can jump in. There will be an extended reading at the end of this. That information is in the description box below. And I think that's it. I like to say that I know it's a little silly that I have an extended reading. I just started my channel last week, but I did used to have a tarot channel a couple of years ago that I did get rid of for some personal reasons, so I'm in a phase of rebuilding. All right. Not going to lie to you, I'm a little bit confused by these pre-shuffle messages, but we will see. You have show the world the real you with the 5 of Wands in reverse. This message was pretty straightforward when I saw it. It was like you're, in some way, shape, or form, you're not acting from your authentic self, and it's either creating inner conflict or you're conflicting. The energy you're putting out of not being super authentic, like not aligning with what it is that who you truly are, what you truly want, is conflicting with the universe trying to bring you what you truly want, which makes sense, right? If we invest in what's not for us, then we're blocking what is for us. So that one was straightforward. That one I understood. But then you have be bold and make the first move with the Hermit in reverse. So the best way I can describe this, or like kind of interpret it without any additional information, is almost like instead of dealing with this energy of not being fully authentic, you've almost withdrawn completely. It's like you're just like, I don't want to deal with that, so we're going to just not. And you kind of just like put that in a nice little pretty box and set it to the side. So I feel like with be bold to make the first move, it's almost like this situation isn't going to change unless you decide it's going to change. Because in your immediate future, you have balanced spirituality and practicality with the King of Swords. The King of Swords to me is an energy of just being like, is that not clear? Just being sure of yourself. I mean, obviously it can mean a lot of different things, but in this reading in particular, it's like being sure of yourself, or being like not even just self-confidence, but just being certain that you're investing in the right things, you're doing the right things, you're on the right path. But with balanced spirituality and practicality, this is like a need to make sure you're not getting caught up in focusing too much on the material world. Don't focus on what could or could not go wrong or right in this material world. Because this has to do, when we're in alignment with our path and we're investing in things that are good for us, that make us feel good, that are in alignment with our authentic self, the universe always provides us with what we need financially, or I don't know, in whatever capacity that resonates for you. But it's almost as if you're focusing too much on what could potentially go wrong should you choose to be in alignment with your authentic self. I don't know. Let's get more information. I'm going to stop babbling, start diving in here. Okay. Recent past for Aries, looking at show the world the real you with the 5 of Wands in reverse. The way I kind of look at these readings is like, what have you been dealing with? How is that affecting your current energy? And how is that going to, essentially, what can you do in your current energy? Or what can you do for the best possible outcome? You have the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Swords in reverse. It's not any more clear. One second. I need, because usually I don't clarify until the extended, but this is, I'm feeling the need to pull some more here. So clarification on this 2 of Cups. This has to do with like, the 2 of Cups is like love. What the heck? I'll get it. Just give me 1 second. The 4 of Wands in reverse with a Chariot. Because the Chariot is forward movement. It's like you're wanting forward movement, but you need to step out of your comfort zone to do so. Because with where you've been, and this is all your past, but what you've been investing in hasn't been making you very happy. But with the 4 of Wands in reverse, it feels necessary. It's an obligation. I got it. There's an obligation attached to it. So it's not, you're not focusing on, because the 2 of Cups is like balance within. You're not, and that makes sense with the balance, spirituality, and practicality. It's like you're not focusing on, you both need to be this is just an example, this isn't necessarily what's happening, but you both need to be materially stable and emotionally stable. You need to make sure that what you're investing in, if you're investing in a career and you need it to bring you a certain level of income, then you need to make sure that it brings you that income, but that you also enjoy it. If you are in a relationship, you need to make sure that it's the person you want to be with, but that they all also, provide you with what you deserve. It's that balance of like both between what you want and what you need. And I feel like that's exactly it. It's the balance between what you want and what you need. Cool. Got nervous for a second. I always do. Like when messages are confusing, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna understand it, but then I always understand it. Anxiety's fun. All right, let's get more here. Recent past for Aries. Because yeah, show the world the real you. It's like I get it. It's like you're investing in what you need, but not what you want. You're investing in something because you think it's what you need, but what you want is what you need. You just don't know that yet. And again, this is your past, so we'll see. Yeah, there's an opportunity out there. You have the Page of Pentacles with the Strength card, and maybe it's an opportunity you're already aware of. No, you have the Strength card in reverse. Do you? Is that in reverse or right? It's definitely in reverse. There's an opportunity available for you, but you have absolutely no faith in it. You don't believe that what you want and need is a possibility. Like it's like you think it's like one or the other. Like it's either happiness or financial success or financial stability, or I can't think of other examples right now. That one's really sticking with me. Something because the Page of Pentacles is a material opportunity, so that makes sense. It's a pinnacle. But with the Strength card in reverse, this has to do with your lack of believing in you. Believing in you, believing in the universe, just your lack of faith in general. And then underneath that, you have the Devil. So this is a certain attachment to something because you think it's what you need. Interesting. This is all recent past, so we'll see what's your current energy. Recent past for Aries. But show the world the really, there's something that needs to, it's like, it doesn't align with you. It's like, it aligns with who you think you need to be, or there's a sense of obligation here. Yeah, that's what I was going to say next. Because the Six of Cups being your past, it's like, it's like, it like maybe aligns with who you used to think you need to be, or who you used to think you wanted to be, or who other people told you wanted to be, or how you grew up believing you needed to be. It like aligns with an older version of you. Whatever this is that's conflicting, and I don't know what that is yet. I'm gonna ask. I'm curious. I'm getting real curious in this reading. The Page of Cups in reverse, it's like though, it's almost like you're not facing it. Like you're just like, it's like the thought of this thing not being right for you anymore is so scary that it's better to just not think about it at all. What is the confliction? What is the Five of Wands in reverse? Let's get some clarification on that. This Five of Wands in reverse. Clarification for the Five of Wands in reverse for Aries. Show the world what is inauthentic? Tarot is being very hush-hush about this situation. Seven of Swords in reverse with the Nine of Swords. It's almost like this, like admitting this to yourself. Because that's kind of what I just said. Like the Seven of Swords in reverse is like revealing some sort of information, something that's hidden comes to light. It's almost like facing that, because the Nine of Swords is anxiety. But if you look at this card, I really like this Nine of Swords in this deck, because if you look at it, it's like she's super, afraid, she's stressed, she's overwhelmed. But if you look at what she's overwhelmed about, it's not real. It's not a real, those aren't real fears. I mean, they're real fears in terms of them being valid, but they're not like, the universe has your back. But like, you don't believe it. don't believe that it does. But what is this about what? What about what? I'm gonna try one more time. It might just straight up not be telling me, because maybe that's something we'll cover in the extended, because it could just be too broad. Yeah, okay, so it has to do with your path. So it's too specific. And that's why I like doing extended readings, is because it shrinks the collective a little bit. So, okay, so it has to do, it's the Two of Wands having to do with your path, Three of Wands. It's like outside of your comfort zone. So it's very specific per person. So that's why it doesn't, there's no real examples here. This is, whatever is resonating when you're hearing these messages, that's what it is for you. I got a little too curious there. All right, current energy for Aries. Sometimes the tarot is like, man, I'm telling you everything you need. Just chill. Oh my. Okay, yeah. Current energy for Aries. Okay. I'm not going to push anymore in this reading because I don't want... Okay. Current energy for Aries. That's the same Page of Swords in reverse. Wheel of Fortune. In reverse. Oh. You... This is a very confusing reading for me. So I hope that something out there is resonating, because oh my gosh. You have the Strength card in reverse again. So this has to do with something you're not... It's like you lack confidence in yourself, but you're isolating from a situation. You need to be bold and make the first move. Page of Swords in reverse to me is like the need to get back to you, which makes sense, right? The need to get back to who you were before the world got to you, before society started telling you to be, before your parents started telling you to be, your friends, whatever. It's like getting back to you. And with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it's almost like it's saying the situation that you know that this isn't right for you. This isn't a shock. This isn't new information. You know this. This situation will come to an end. Something will happen. And it's almost like it's like inevitable. I feel like a lot of you don't want to hear that. So I'm super sorry. But it's like it's not, but it's like something has to fall away to make room for something better, right? It's like if we have one cup of energy and we can only have things in our life that align with the energy in this cup or that fill out this cup, and your cup is always 100% full. You can't, create new energy or destroy energy. You can only shift and change it. So what that means is you have to release something to bring something else back in. So if your cup is filled with a relationship that's super healthy and friendship, a community that's super healthy, and then the last third of it is, and this is just a very simplified version of this illustration, but in the last third of it is a job that doesn't align with you, well, then you're missing an entire third of your energy that aligns with you. And so in order for you to get that third back, in order to have the third, in order to be 100% in alignment with yourself, you've got to lose what doesn't align with you so that you make room in your little energy cup to get what does. I don't know why I keep saying job. This could literally be about anything. But I think I'm just sticking with the job thing because it's where we started. But with be bold and make the first move, you're the one who has to do this. What in the world is that Hermit card doing there, though? Okay, let's just get more. This is a jigsaw puzzle. 8 of Cups, 4 of Cups. La 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 la. This is about walking away from something, Aries. This is about you straight up needing to walk away from something. But this something is your source of stability. 4 of Pentacles being source of stability, walking away from something. The need to walk away from something. With Page of Wands, this is that inner child energy. But then there's that 7 of Cups. That's a lot of confusion. That is a lot of confusion you are experiencing. But you're not confused about what you want. You're confused. You're trying to force yourself into believing that something is what you want because the thought of it changing is so scary. That is a freaking hard truth. Why am I having to deliver this to you, Aries? I don't know. And that's the Hermit in reverse to me is saying like, you are just straight up like, nope, not facing that. Or like, there's always that hope that things will get better. And I think that that's where so many of us get lost is we say, maybe either it'll return to what it was before, it'll get better. And I feel like we get stuck in that energy because we either are living in the future or in the past. But the only life, that all we have, thank God, let's make sure this is turned on, is this present moment. This moment right here is all we have. It's that whole like, the past doesn't exist anymore and the future isn't real. The only living for the past and the future is living for ideals that don't exist anymore. And so it's like right now, this moment is all you have. If you are investing in something that isn't making you happy, that doesn't align with you now, right now, in this moment, as we're talking, because I believe this is a conversation, then you are not in alignment with yourself. And sometimes you have to kind of back up and look at it that way and be like, okay, I'm living for the hope of something, and that isn't living for something. That isn't living for me. That's living for the hope of something getting better. And I see it with people in relationships all the time, especially with this whole pandemic that's taken over this YouTube tarot about, oh my God, your person's coming back and stuff like that. Like, people are living for the hope of something that isn't real. It's like, it's like, it's like when you fall in love with the potential of someone. You fall in love with someone because of what they could be. What they could be, that doesn't even exist. I get it though. I mean, we've all been there. This isn't me saying, oh, I know better than you, and I've never made this mistake before. I've been here so many times. I understand. All right. Current energy for Aries. So there's a need to walk away from something, and with this Hermit in reverse, yeah, could we get a little clarification on that Hermit in reverse, please? Straight up, just like, no. Clarification. This is a lot of things not moving forward. I mean, this Eight of Wands in reverse is like something coming to a stop. The Chariot is something not moving forward. The Ten of Pentacles, ooh, unrealistic expectations. It's almost like, and when I talk about unrealistic expectations, it's about something specific. It's like you expect something to be something it's not. One of the best pieces of advice my therapist ever gave me, freaking love my therapist, is I was talking about somebody in my life, and I was like, why can't they just be what I need? I've told them over and over, this is what I need. This is what I need from you. These are the things that I require. This is the way to do it. Here's a roadmap here to how to treat me and keep me, in your life. And they could never do it. And she said, that's because they're not capable. You're asking them to be something that they're not capable of, and it has nothing to do with you. And it was like this light bulb went off in my head where I was like, it's not personal. When people, and this is kind of shifting away from that work analogy, I guess, but when someone can't be what you need them to be for you, it's because they don't know how. They are not capable of it themselves. Someone can only give and receive love to the extent that they love themselves. And if they don't love themselves, if they don't do their own healing, they can't be anything more for you. It's not personal. And I feel like that's where you're getting lost is to a certain extent you're saying, I deserve for this to change because I deserve better. Absolutely, you deserve better. Absolutely, you deserve more. But the thing is, maybe it's not going to come from the thing you think it is. And going back to that work analogy, like if you think something can get better just because it's something like a little bit different, like it's like the idea. Honestly, let me just talk about my personal situation. It's like I majored in finance and I went and got a financial career, and I didn't like that, so I got into real estate, which is wildly similar to being a financial advisor, and that made me feel just as being a financial advisor did, because it was different but the same. It was the same world, it was the same, all of it. It wasn't a passion of mine. I was knowledgeable, I was skillful in it, I had, you know, the ability to do it, but I wasn't passionate about it, and at the end of the day I just didn't enjoy it. And I say that because it's like what aligns with you. Now I'm a tarot reader, and I used to be a tarot reader too. I was a tarot reader actually in between the financial advising and it's a long story. Anyway, um, what aligns with you will often look very, very different than what you think it will. But you have to be open to the possibilities just in general in order to have the opportunities you're ultimately looking for. All right. Immediate future for Aries. A little come to Jesus moment in this reading, huh? Immediate future for Aries. And that makes a lot of sense why this is leading into your future. Why it's like the balance, spirituality, and practicality. And I feel like this is what's going to be in your immediate future, because your past was a lot of just straight up not facing something, just straight up like, nope, not for me, not going to do that. In your current energy, I feel like you're starting to, it's risen to your consciousness a little bit, and you're like, okay, that's there, right? That's there, and I know that I need to. Oh my gosh, this is so similar to the reading for Aries last week. I don't know why this popped in my head. It was, the reading for last week was like, make sure that your decisions align with you. But this one's a little different. It's like you know what aligns with you, but you don't see how it's possible. It's almost like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's fear-based for sure. And I just keep hearing stability. It has to do with stability. Emotionally, material, some sort of stability. Whatever this is talking about is your sense of stability. Anyway, I am all over the place in this reading, guys. I am so sorry. In your immediate future, balance, spirituality, and practicality, you have the Ace of Cups and the Hangman in reverse. It's like, this is good because, this reading just isn't going to be made easy for me, is it? Judgment in reverse on the bottom. So you're not, it's like, I don't want to say that. It's like a refusal to see the truth of something. And it's ultimately because you're so focused on your material world. Something specific. It's something specific that you are just like, this has to work out. This has to work out. There's no other option. This has to work out. This is it for me. But it's not. There's something so much better out there for you. Now, if this were a love reading, this could be about some air sign, King of Swords. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But this could be about an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or, like I like to read tarot because everything's a reflection of you, this King of Swords is you needing to be sure of yourself, regardless of what your material circumstances say. We create our world, right? We create our material circumstances with our mindset. That's the whole concept behind the law of attraction. That book, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, my favorite book in the whole entire universe. If you haven't read that book, you should read that book. It talks about how our circumstances right now are they're merely just a result of our prior thoughts and beliefs, and our thoughts becoming our beliefs. We think something enough times, eventually it becomes a belief system. And it's almost like you believe that you have to be the one to control this. It's a very, and that's the balance, spirituality, and practicality. You're thinking very practically. And that makes sense, right? You're a human being. Most human beings who aren't introduced to spirituality think very practically. Even human beings who are in the spiritual world still wired to think practically. We have had to survive on this planet since our inception. We've had to constantly fight for our survival. So we are stuck in survival mode. And that's why I love spirituality so much, is it is releasing ourselves from survival mode. What are you click-clacking around about? Can you lay down? Sorry, my dog needs attention. I feel like this is you. It's almost like opening your eyes in a certain way to a different way of viewing your world, and learning that the things in your life that you have, if they don't feel good, if they don't make you feel good, then they're not right for you. Outside. She has her buttons. Not right now. Outside, no. You need to lay down. Thank you. She hasn't done that yet in a reading. That's funny. I lost my train of thought. She was asking to go outside. You don't need to go outside right now. You just went outside. You're fine. Lay down. Thank you. It's like opening your mind and realizing that we're supposed to feel good. Life is about feeling good. It's about experiencing things that make us feel good. We shouldn't have to work and slave away at something that we don't even enjoy in order to live. And you don't have to, but we're taught, and we're with the Six of Cups right here, you believe that because that's what you've experienced. So this is about opening your mind to a whole different world of living, a whole different way of living. Immediate future for Aries. Hangman in reverse. It's a lack of surrender, and surrendering to the universe. There's the Death card. I knew that card was coming. There's the ending. And there's the new beginning, though. It's almost like you don't realize, but it's like boom, boom, like back to back. If you would let something end, something so much better is available for you. I said that. I said something that was inevitable. Some ending was inevitable here. Man, I don't like readings that don't have happy endings. I guess that's life, though. Life doesn't always have happy endings. Unless we create them. All right. One more for Aries' immediate future. Thanks for sticking with me through this insane reading that I've provided for you guys today. This Nine of Wands in reverse, this cycle needs to complete. With the Seven of Swords in reverse, I feel like in your immediate future, something's going to become clear. It's like letting information seep from your subconscious to your consciousness, letting yourself be more aware, present with how you feel about something. And change is hard. I get that. Change will always be hard. But it's also sometimes one of the best things that could ever happen to us. Change is good. Everything is always, that's the whole universe. Everything is always working out for you, not to you. Nothing's happening to you. Everything's happening for you, even if you don't understand right now. As long as you heal from the pain and the loss and the frustration of our attachments to this material world, and we're able to move on, and every loss comes with a new gain. Every single loss comes with a new gain. One of my favorite images is like this just line. I talked about this in so many of my readings, of just moving up and down, up and down, up and down. It says, this will change, this will change, this will change, this will change. Nothing is ever perfect. You're never going to have this just like baseline of awesomeness. But you will, however, have a baseline of stability. And sometimes you're thrown off of that a little bit. And sometimes, it's essentially like before you heal, your ups and downs are huge. You have really good highs and really low lows. But the more you heal, the more that you close that gap. And you don't get as high when things happen. You don't feel as like ecstatic because you're pretty used to good things happening at that point. But you also don't have to experience those just like crashes. I don't know why I mentioned that. It really doesn't have anything to do with this reading. Okay, I'm done. We're going to hop on over to the extended. We're going to get a lot more information on this energy. This is an insane energy. I feel weird in this reading. But anyway, we're going to get... The reason I like extendeds is I think I mentioned this, it shrinks the collective a little bit, so we can get a little bit more specific on this. I really want to know what this is, what's going on back here. I'm still really needing some clarification here. But thank you guys so much. If you have any questions or comments or just want to give me some feedback or just say hi, my email address is in the description box below. Like I said, this is a new channel for me, so if you feel ever so inclined, please do hit that subscribe button so that you can see my future readings. I hope to see you guys back next week. Thank you so much, Aries.